Peace. What's going on? Man, there's some shit going on right now. I'm gonna go ahead and go into my spiel and I'll just roll up afterward. Cause I can't hold this shit no more. He said, man, Gene Deal. People owe Gene Deal an apology. People was taking Gene Deal. People was taking Gene Deal as a joke. Wreck Chaser, I don't know. Gene Deal, a lot of shit that he said was 100% truth. Anyway, there's a newspaper article. Everything that's done in the dark will come to the light. He said, Danny boy, we gonna get to that. Y'all share this live. Ex-FBI agent. This is a news article from the New York Post, May 29th, 2021. Ex-FBI agent says Biggie filmmakers seal court documents revealing the killer in the cover-up. Remember, Gene Deal kept saying that he seen a dude with a clean face, and I think he said he came up and asked him something or said something to him. Remember he said that? He said Gene pulled out on Amir and backed him down. Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. I know Gene said he had an encounter with him. Anyway, Death Row Records founder. Woo-wee. God damn. This ain't gonna look good on Suge getting out of jail. God damn it, god damn it, god damn it. He better hope they don't charge him. I don't know if somebody can be charged with this type of information. But anyway, Death Row Records founder Marion Suge Knight financed the hit on Brooklyn rapper Notorious Big, an execution carried out by Nation of Islam convert and hired hitman Amir Muhammad with the help of corrupt Los Angeles cops, according to an FBI agent who worked the case and sources who have seen the sealed court documents. Whenever they seal court documents, it's some bullshit. Why is these documents fucking sealed? Like, that's a red flag immediately. All the evidence points to Amir Muhammad. He's the one who pulled the trigger. Retired FBI agent Phil Carson, who worked the case for 2 years, claimed to the Post. There were plenty of others who helped orchestrate it and allow him to pull the trigger. The alleged cover-up was the biggest miscarriage of justice in my 20-year career at the FBI, said Carson. I had evidence that LAPD officers were involved, and I was shut down by the LAPD and city attorneys inside Los Angeles. Christopher Wallace, a.k.a. the Notorious Big, or Biggie Smalls, was 24 when he was sensationally gunned down on a Los Angeles street in the early morning hours of March 9th, 1997. The events that followed his murder have frustrated fans, observers, and the Wallace family for nearly a quarter century, swirling with accusations of a official and widespread cover-up. But Carson and film producer Dan Silkorsky chose movie City of Lies Chronicles to chronicle the murder and its probe in the aftermath. All the answers are in black and white, Sikorsky said, claiming that the city of Los Angeles lied. Director Brad Furman are among the few people who have read the sealed court files behind the unsolved murder. In a 2003 FBI report obtained by the Post that outlines the case for prosecutors supports the claim Carson and the filmmakers make today. Amir Muhammad, a.k.a. Harry Billups, the godparent to LAPD officer David Mack, that was Suge's man. Two children, the godfather to David Mack's two children has been identified by several sources as a trigger man, reads the formal FBI request, penned by Carson, that the investigation be given to a Los Angeles case file number Mack is a registered owner of a 1995 black SS Impala with chrome wheels, the exact description given by Wallace as Wallace's shooter. The original target, check this out. The original target was not Biggie, said Carson, but Sean Puffy Combs, who was in the vehicle ahead of Biggie's SUV on the night of the murder. Combs said that he shared this information. Carson said that he shared this information with Combs and that the record label executive was pretty freaked out to learn that he was the intended target of the hit. I'm going to stop right there. I got more. It's a lot more. I'm going to just stop for a minute and see if I can tap into y'all comments. I need to roll up too. This shit is exhilarating. I hate it. It's just, oh my goodness, it's a whole lot to deal with right now. Peace. He said, who paid Greg Kading to lie? Man, Big Gene been pointed Amir Muhammad out back then. They showed him an artist rendering of the suspect, and he said that's him. So Puff didn't set him up. No. Philly First 48 was good. They messing with the live. Puffy paid for Pac hit from Southside. The rap game is just like the crack game. They're giving the case to my man with the bow tie. They've always had a description of him as somebody who was lurking around outside of that museum. I ain't all the way convinced about the almond milk. I use it, but I've been hearing some things about it. He said Greg Kading is nothing but a liar. Failure face that I've been said this. Y'all share this live. I'm gonna read some more of this article to y'all. It's in the, y'all can go look it up for yourself. It's in the New York Post. Damn, it was a whole lot. Suge better hope they don't charge his motherfucking ass. Sikorsky and his production team now demand that law enforcement officials in California renew the investigation and solve what the filmmaker calls the JFK assassination of the rap world. The civil case filed against the LAPD by the Wallace family in 2002 contains much of the evidence about the murder, but remains sealed under order of a federal judge. The criminal investigation into the murder officially remains open. Oh, this case open like a motherfucker, according to the LAPD. Biggie was born in Brooklyn in 1972, and as a teenager descended into a life of crime, including arrest for gun possession and dealing crack. But his rap skills were legend on the streets. The Source magazine profiled Biggie in a 1992 feature about unsigned talent. Upstart Entertainment executive Sean Combs read the article and met Biggie for the first time at Sylvia's, the soul food landmark in Harlem. His meteoric rise to fame began in 1993 when he signed with Combs Bad Boy Records. His first album was released a year later and spawned a series of hits, including Juicy, an iconic hip-hop track that now boasts more than 388 million YouTube views, even though the song hit the airways well over a decade before YouTube was even in existence. The album has sold more than 6 million copies. His second and final album, Life After Death, which was a double disc, has sold more than 11 million copies. He remains larger than life nearly a quarter century after his murder. Rolling Stone and Billboard both named him the greatest rapper of all time, while New York City street vendors still hawk t-shirts bearing his likeness. One person who did not appreciate Biggie was West Coast music mogul Suge Knight. Man, this is a long-ass fucking article. I'm going to get back to it in a minute. He said Puffy paid for the hit on Pop. Puffy didn't pay for the hit on no motherfucking body, man. Y'all, he done just been exonerated 2 times. Y'all done heard it 1,000 times, man. He ain't did nothing to no fucking body. Stop making that nigga the fall guy, man. They just said he was the intended hit. They just said he was the intended hit. Amir Muhammad, David Mack. Rafael Perez with Suge Knight. Murder Biggie. He funny. Gene said he paid a check for the hit on Pop. He said Julius Randle was selling the Knicks out. Man, the Knicks, I hope they ain't the type of situation where they just happy to be there and shit. Just happy to be in the playoffs. He said Gene Deal talked about it a while back. Gene was the first person to talk about that. The police department was investigated, and I believe they was indicted, the Rampart case. He said Puffy ain't had nothing to do with Pac hit. Southside did that. Man, Pac put his hands on somebody, man, and the dude went for retribution right away, man. I don't know why people keep trying to put that on the late. He said Julius Randle just got thrown out. Pac put his hands on a made man. That's the story that I'm getting. Orlando Anderson was like that. That's just it. He said, what's the name of the article you reading? I just posted it on Instagram. Go to my Instagram page, Gully TV World, and screenshot it. It's on the New York Post though. It's a article from May 29th. Salute, Gully. I just saw that movie City of Lies about the assassination of Biggie Small. It's an insane movie, and the amount of cover-up from the LAPD is insane. Where did you watch that at? Is that on Netflix or something like that? Trap Media. The Dribble is immaculate. Devin Wade show had great extras. How did that come together? Oh, those people that you seen there, they all a part of the show. The nasty girls that was, had on bathing suits and shit. They're part of the show. Somebody else was on the show right after me. When I was leaving, they as soon as our segment got over with, cut, they ran downstairs to the motherfucking dressing room and put on whole different outfits, man, because somebody else was coming on behind me. I actually got a little bit of behind the scenes footage from when I was in their dressing room. I'm gonna share it with y'all. Y'all probably get it a couple of days and shit. Diddy's job was to get Big to show up in L.A. Gene said Amir looked in the truck, saw Puff in with the big truck. He said, can I DM you on IG? Yes, you can. Gully TV World. Good afternoon, everybody that's here. There's an article. This shit right here, I'm pretty sure I'm the first person to build on this shit today, but this shit about to go viral in the motherfucker. This whole thing about this new cover-up. Should better hope they don't open up no motherfucking, give him no motherfucking charges. I never heard of Amir Muhammad passing away either. I never heard of that. So I'm pretty sure he probably still around too. City of Lies movie was supposed to be an hour long, but got a lot of things cut out to protect the pigs, but Suge had them pigs in his pocket. Okay. He said Suge is cooked anyway. Even though it sounds like a long time, I think Suge got 20-something years. Even though it sounds like a long time, if he maintaining health and shit like that, that nigga do that dub and get right back out here, man. I done seen it, man. I got friends that did 30 years. Y'all wouldn't even believe that, do you? I got friends that's done did a 30-year sentence. That means he went to jail when he was like 16. Mary J. Blige loves young boys. What's wrong with that? What's wrong with that? She took a liking to Danny Boy. He probably was knocking her down right. Whatever it did, it scarred him. Because he don't like girls no more. How you go from Mary J. Blige to Blizzade, my nigga? You could have just left that alone. He probably was Blizzade the whole tizon, but hit misery. just because she was this there. Hey, yo! This nigga came out of retirement to hit Mary, man. This nigga like, man. He said Mary got the backing that thing up on him in the bed and shit, man. She knocked the blade out of him temporarily. She cured that nigga for a night. Oh, shit. I've been hearing a lot about the dossier. I didn't watch it. Renegade Revolver, I just heard your DM. I appreciate you. He said Mary is a predator. Man, older women been knocking young niggas down, man. Older women been doing that type of shit, man. They have. If you wasn't a recipient, if you didn't get no babysitter pussy, if you ain't get no babysitter pussy, or you didn't get no, you know, you ain't get no, you know how you stumble upon some pussy when you a young nigga, man. If you was chosen and shit, you know what I'm saying? Babysitters definitely was fucking kids, though. He said he was 16. Oh, yeah, that's a man. He said, you see what Jada did to August. Perfect example. Jada Pinkett in August slid in there, moving furniture around. Then her and Will got on TV and act like it was cool and shit. I don't know what that was about. Subscribe to the channel, hit the bell so you get the notifications. I appreciate everybody that's coming through. He said that's what happened to R. Kelly. What you mean that's what happened to R. Kelly? Oh. Somebody got to him when he was young. That's his story, whatever, man. I don't think a young nigga getting some pussy young, I don't think that scars him. I don't. He said, if that was you and a 16-year-old girl, you mean an adult? You mean an adult? An adult male and a 16-year-old girl, that's statutory motherfucking rape. It's different from women. You gotta press the charges on women, man. You're gonna be having a hard time to convince a nigga to testify on the bitch that made him come. I ain't getting on the stand on that bitch. Hey, yo, you remember that Mary Kay? Remember that Mary Kay Letourneau, that was her name? Was fucking a student and shit. He ran off with her and shit. Boys ain't on that, man. Boys will fall out with his mom. What? Man, I ain't going to court. You crazy little motherfucker. Bitch that bust me off. I'm trying to run down on her again. You know what I mean? When you a young nigga, you gotta pursue pussy and shit. It ain't every day a bitch just run up on you and bust your head. You a young nigga. Bang, take that, young nigga. That's good money. He said she died recently. Yeah, I heard. So yeah, I don't know, man. He said, what you think of Daddy Boy and Mary J? He got a hit. He didn't told everybody. He didn't even write a book. He got on YouTube and said it for free. He could have wrote a book. He could have wrote a pamphlet and just made it about Mary. He ain't done. He ain't done with that. I know she like, damn, I gave this corny motherfucker some pussy. He telling everybody. Shh. He said he had babies with that teacher. He said, my nephew in San Diego knocked down the Pop Warner mom that was driving him to practice. My sis could not get him to tell. No. He said, well, Gully, what's good? Ain't been on your lives in a minute. This shit got to make sense. When you see people getting on lives every day, that mean they're a YouTuber and shit. I mean, this is what they do for a living and shit. I'm not and shit. I'm more so what you would probably call a content creator and shit. I can make a film, a documentary, anything like that. I've been watching a lot of documentaries lately. Um, Fleetwood Mac is the shit. When you black, you grow up and you be listening to certain white music. You might like it and shit, but you don't know who it is. You got to go ask somebody who it is, like fucking Daryl Hall and John Oates and shit, Michael McDonald. It's some some white boys to get it in and shit. But I thought Fleetwood Mac was one person. It's a band. I thought they was country music. It's not. And I seen their documentary yesterday. The bitch Stevie Nicks was the shit. She like a Tina Marie of the fucking rock world and shit. And it's just all the way up and shit. We gotta get to fucking with that. Simply Red, yeah. My man said, I can't believe you just now getting down with Fleetwood Mac. How was I gonna get down if nobody never played no song for me and shit? Like, I was hearing it on the radio. I just didn't know who it was because when I was watching the documentary, I'm like, oh, I like that song and shit. I heard that song before. He said, I always thought the police was black. The ones that sung Roxanne. Would you interview Fleetwood Mac? Fleetwood Mac is a band. It's a guy named Lindsey Beckingham or some shit like that. I know his name is Lindsey. And he just left the group again in 2018. And this chick named Stevie Nicks. Everybody else is, band, play instruments and shit. He said, we need that Death Row Records documentary from you, Gully. Can't nobody do it for you. Also, Fleetwood Mac is the great. No doubt. So y'all wasn't gonna tell black folks about Fleetwood Mac. That's crazy. Y'all wasn't gonna tell us about Fleetwood Mac. I listen to a variety of music. If it's hot, if I get to hear it a lot, I ask somebody about it. I know who popping in the Rican world. His name Bad Bunny. Bad Bunny, the man in the Rican world. Fleetwood Mac was the shit in the 70s. They was sniffing big time coke, man. They was copping a half a brick in their life. These motherfuckers are copping a half a brick. Lock themselves in a studio and make an album and shit. Oh shit. These motherfuckers said, yo, the drummer had a motherfucking machine on top of his drum set that was spinning around and shit. The drummer had some shit on his drum set while he performing, right? That be spinning around. And it was bottle tops coming around. Bottle tops coming around. With powder on it, with sniff. He said he just beating the drums and shit, man. Big ass rock and powder come around. He hit it. Keep on playing and shit. That shit crazy. That shit crazy. Y'all wasn't gonna tell us about that. My man said, I love a variety of music too. I do too. I'm telling you about Pink Floyd, The Doors, and Led Zeppelin. I said this, what I'm saying to y'all, I said this to my older brother. And he was hip. He was like, yeah, man. Yeah. He started to name some other groups too, who music was kind of dope. Rock groups. Nirvana. Judge Joe Brown with Kwame. I got to see that. He said, was it a good documentary? Very good. Stevie Nicks is a lot. She's live. She was live, yo. They whole little shit was live. Fleetwood Mac get a 100% hip hop cosign. He said the Doobie Brothers. The Doobie Brothers was the shit. Subscribe to the channel. This your first time on my live. Hit the bell so you get the notification. Make sure y'all check out the interview I just did with Bay Goals and shit. She lost 200 pounds. She's from St. Louis. Went to a historic black university. University of Houston Tillerton. Kenny Loggins. Y'all naming all the good music. What's good, my nigga? Can we get you on that Death Row Records, Doc? When I take on a task, I don't do it half-ass. I don't do it in 2 days like y'all. I do 90-day runs on a documentary and shit. Like, if I did that, I have to go see Suge in prison. I have to go see Suge. I would. I'd go straight to the top. Hey man, we got to talk. He said 60s and 70s music always been a lick. I tell you this, right? I was telling somebody this on IG one time. Back in the day, it wasn't no MTV. I mean, yeah, I said it wasn't no MTV. There was no BET music program and all like that. So they not playing no black music. So if you wanted to watch fucking, if you wanted to see, nobody was on TV except for Run DMC, maybe the Fat Boys, Grandmaster Flash, and them. You know, you might see that every now and then, but mainly Run DMC. We used to have to look at Michael Jackson videos to get an element of hip hop. Like Michael Jackson might have some breakers in there or something. This is watching MTV, trying to find some hip hop fix. And through the course of watching all of this shit, you get to fucking watching the regular videos that they playing. And before you know it, you listening to fucking Twisted Sister and shit. People that's of the MTV generation, even if you black, they know about Twisted Sister. They know about Van Halen, all them niggas, them big ass hairdos and shit, because you had to sit there and watch that shit before Duran. Yeah, you had to sit there and watch that shit for maybe 40 minutes, almost an hour before one Run DMC video come on. Before one Run DMC video come on. And then, yeah, he said Lionel Richie, yep. Tina Turner, what's love got to do? We had to watch all of that shit just to catch up with one rap video. So because of that, we know a lot of, we got that little rock vibe in this and shit. He said MTV was forced to play Michael Jackson. YouTube commentator, Gully, take a year. We don't care. We need a Death Row Records doc. I hear you, man. That's Francis G. That's all custom shit he done for the dribble and shit. That low life happens hard. Thank you. We're not gonna take it. No, we ain't gonna take it. When one of the hardest scenes in the movie Lean on Me is Welcome to the Jungle. When Welcome to the Jungle came on Lean on Me, motherfuckers was like, that shit hard. We wanted to know who the fuck that was. We had to go look that up. That's Queen, ain't it? Is that Queen? No. That shit hard. I fuck with them. And he said it's Guns N' Roses. Okay. That shit was hard as fuck. That shit was hard. Welcome to the jungle. That shit's still hard. That's classic. That's classic. He said Axl Rose. No doubt. He said people don't even realize that Suge told before that Pac ain't even dead. And then he started getting attacked. He said we old heads. Man, that's good music. Axl's still alive and healthy. Subscribe to the channel, The Real Gully TV. I appreciate all the donations and shares, likes, and comments. That's a donation, too. You donating your time being here. I appreciate all of y'all. Daryl Hall and John Oates, that's black people music. Motherfuckers is playing that in the crib. The Bee Gees. No proof that Suge paid anybody. All talk, just like Pup writing a check on death row. We gonna hear about this one. This is gonna shake something up. He said, if you didn't catch Guns N' Roses growing up, you missed out on some shit. That's it. It's somebody else that was big. Welcome to the Jungle is We're the Champions. That's Queen, right? Dame Dash took that shit and made a mixtape and freaked that shit. Yeah. We are the champions. Yeah. And we will rock you. Right, right, right. He said, was the 90s music industry the most dangerous? Hell nah. Rappers get killed all the time now. Biggie and Tupac, that was some new shit. That was some new shit. Now, you get several rappers killed a year, sometimes in a month. He said Dipset used it. Okay. Another one bites the dust. Woo! That's fire. That was Junkyard Dog. Junkyard Dog music. Yep. Cash Money said 200 rappers died in 2020. Local rappers die every week. Reby Jackson, Centipede. That's her old MTV joint. Y'all definitely was there. Y'all definitely was there. That was a form of hip hop. Reby Jackson, that was a form. Centipede, that was a form of hip hop. You know what else is a form of hip hop? Shannon. This group called Shannon. That was a form of hip hop. You would hear them records in spots where they was playing rap music and shit. I went to look for a Pink Floyd joint. I mean, no, a Fleetwood Mac joint, and I ended up with this because this was a little bit more my style. But Fleetwood Mac, word. He said, when did NWA get on TV? NWA wouldn't have never got on TV if it wasn't for the box. They was on the box first. You wasn't gonna see them niggas on fucking American Bandstand or no shit like that. I wonder, did NWA do Soul Train? They probably did later on and shit. He said, and MTV Raps. That was a little bit after his shit. Fab Five Freddy. Yeah, they was on the box. Video jukebox. Paid 99 cents to see that shit. He said, I thought Fleetwood Mac was a car. I thought Fleetwood Mac was a person. And I had always envisioned him to wear a big cowboy hat for some reason. Fleetwood Mac, he sounded like he should wear a big hat. I thought it was one person. Shout out to DJ Ralph McDaniels and James Craze Billings. Them some of the originals that was fucking with this hip hop media shit. Culture Club. That's Boy George. That's good. That's good MTV '80s music. The guy who whispered in Tupac ear looked like it was all a setup. He said, "Pay $1 and wait all damn day to see your video." Your mom might tell you to go to the store and you just pay for your video. Your shit come on while you down the street. That's a custom Gully piece. You see it. That's Francis G. My man said Kwame Brown has a weight out. Kwame Brown better chill out. Kwame Brown better chill out. He doing too much, man. They gonna come for him. I'm telling you. They gonna come for him. This is how a lot of us got exposed to other local artists. I've seen a lot of people for the first time on video jukebox. A lot of Florida niggas used to be on there with the big jewelry and shit. And MC Thick from Louisiana, from New Orleans, Marrero. He was a hit on Jukebox. Prodigy daughter and Flea Lord beefing. For what? I'm off that. Kendio, what's up? He said people missed the clue because there was a double look-alike. All of this sci-fi shit that y'all see on TV, niggas going out with stunt doubles and all this weird shit, that's not real. Homicide is real. The niggas that do this killing and shit, that's real. All of this, stop trying to blame this shit on Puffy and the Illuminati and all this shit. Motherfuckers wasn't even talking about the goddamn Illuminati when fucking Tupac and Biggie got killed. Kid Frost, La Raza, facts. I'm gonna tell you what was the shit on the box. Luke. Doodoo Brown. That was the shit. That was an experience. Don't stop, get it. Doodoo Brown. That was that shit. Luke was the shit on the box. He couldn't go on TV, so he had to max out 2 Live Crew. Yo, what's that number one Dolly XR? He said Luke owned you, boss. He did. It's your birthday. It's your birthday. Yeah. He said that was the party anthem. Humpty Hump. Them was the days. Jukebox was pre-BET. Nah, BET was on. They just wasn't playing that hip-hop shit like that yet. Subscribe to the channel. Breaking news. Breaking news. Let me get back on the topic for just 1 minute, man. If you follow me on Instagram, you see I posted an ex-FBI agent speaks. Biggie filmmakers sealed court docs, reveal killer cover-up. Death Row Records founder Marion Suge Knight financed the hit on Brooklyn rapper Notorious Big. Biggie wasn't the intended target though. This has been revealed through an FBI document that was sealed. Why is this shit sealed? He said, shout out to Cedar's World. Niggas wanted to fuck Cedar. I was doing time when Cedar was around. Cedar was a thick motherfucker. You wouldn't even think your mind worked like that. Looking at the TV, lusting at a goddamn cartoon. I wanted to go head up and bang with Cedar a few times. I was doing a little tick, man. We was watching Cedar every day. Ananda Lewis. Ananda was like one of the most gorgeous women on TV for a minute. She was motherfucking breathtaking, yo. God damn. My man said, free Suge Knight. They keep on revealing these old documents, man. Suge gonna have hell getting out of jail. Novichok Red, always support when I can. I appreciate you, pimp. My man said Cedar was heavy in the jails. He know what I'm talking about. LA police were involved. I believe they were embarrassed. I believe LAPD was embarrassed that their own was a part of that shit. So they suppressed justice. They suppressed exposing how dirty that they had, how dirty, how much corruption was within their own precinct and shit. Definitely. So they suppressed it within the city. He said they about to close the curtains on Suge. Suge wasn't coming home anyway, so they're gonna throw all the blame on him for everything. These documents been sealed a long time. Terrence Tabb said, I seen your post now of the girl falling in that windshield. That girl could have died. That girl could have really died. She could have really killed herself. That was a Final Destination joint on camera. When she went through that windshield, that shit could have cut an artery in her motherfucking leg. Blood would have started spraying out that broad, man, like a hose and shit. That's how Sean Taylor died, from a gunshot in his leg and shit. She lucky that shit didn't hit the arteries in her leg and she was able to walk away from that shit. Rodney King, OJ, and now the Biggie murder. He said, "What I'm missing on IG? I'm Gully TV World now, man. They booked me and suspended me. They suspended my account. No questions asked about that Mo3 murder. My coverage was so accurate and sensitive, it made it on the news in Dallas, Texas. I was on the news, like the 6 o'clock news and shit. And whatever happened, IG, they pulled the rug. But I had already started another account. You gotta be ambidextrous. It's a dribble. The dribble continues and shit. I be trying to explain that to people and shit. The dribble is about consistency. So they suspended the account and I continue to dribble. We at Gully TV World now. I watched a documentary that showed the Impala and all that years ago. There was always public knowledge that the Impala was registered to David Mack. David Mack was a friend of Suge Knight's, personally. That's the one that wear the red derby and shit. He in pictures with him. He went to jail for a bank robbery. He might be about to come home soon. I wonder how much more time did David Mack have? He might be out. When David Mack was arrested in Rampart scandal, they said he had Tupac's shrine on the wall. I wonder, is he out? That was a long time ago. He only went to jail for a bank robbery. My man said Mac out. David Mack is out. Mac been out. Oh, there you go. This shit about to get intense. Metallic Maniac, thank you. Pastel colors, it's the summertime, man. Where is Reggie Wright? We gonna see some things in the next couple of days. Everything done in the dark shall be revealed into the light. We know that by now, don't we? In the City of Lies, David Mack says, "Give me 15 years. He'd do it standing on his head. Whatever bank money he took, he probably kept it." He said Mac booked 700,000. For real? For real? He 8 to 15 for 700. That's some street nigga shit. He was young at the time too. He like 15, 12. I can do this. She said, "I thought it was 799,000. A lot of people are about to start covering their tracks. The truth wasn't supposed to come out. Suge Knight had Pop killed. Nah, man. Nah. Suge Knight got a documentary out too. I seen it on Showtime. It's very, very powerful. He's smoking his cigar and his bone chilling. He talked about the night that shit happened at the MGM. He said after it happened, after the stomp out and shit, after they, jumped on Orlando or whatever, he said, I guess he got a chance to smoke a cigar or whatever. He said he looked at Tupac. He said, "Man, I looked at this nigga, man." He said, "I couldn't do nothing but shake my fucking head, man, because he don't know what the fuck he just did. He just started like a world war, and he don't even understand this shit." I was like, whoa. I had to respect that version right there. I had to respect that. So the way he said that, the words that he used, I gotta respect what the fuck he said, man. That don't sound like a setup to me at all. It don't. But that's what he said. I don't remember the name of that. He said in the parking garage. I don't know the name of that documentary. Can somebody tell me the name of that documentary? Because I haven't seen it again. But it was the whole Suge Knight joint. I understand it a whole lot more about Suge Knight after watching that documentary. I understood and I respected him too. I respect him a great deal. The shit just spun out of control. It spun out of control. His power and he just spun out of control, started doing devilish shit. He said American Dream. American Nightmare, it was a Showtime production. That's the one. That's the shit. I gotta watch that again. I think y'all should check it out too. Shout out to hip hop's biggest fan, Baltimore. I see you out there working. Tupac was knocking down all the baddies in the 90s. Facts. They normally end up killing niggas like that. Baby Lane was a real hitter from Southside Compton Crip. Pop didn't think retaliation was that fast. My man said, I love Tupac. Whole America loved him. Tupac kind of like Wreck a little bit. He did. Tupac liked the Wreck. Nobody. I watched a documentary on Tupac's stepfather, Mutulu Shakur. I don't know if we downplay that part of his life, and we shouldn't. We shouldn't. It should be highlighted. Tupac was raised by a notorious bank robber, a facilitator, bank robber, and I don't know, leader of the Black Liberation Army. That's huge. That's huge. We don't talk about that a lot. That's huge. Nobody's heritage in hip hop is as I don't know, authentically radical and pro-black as Tupac's. Mama and daddy. Even though it was just, it was a stepfather. But, his mother, he wouldn't even have the name he had if it wasn't for them. He said this live is incredible. Look at these comments. This is a big deal. What did you thought? What did you thought this was gonna turn into? Allegedly, I don't know if I should say allegedly. It's in the media now. Biggie Smalls wasn't the intended target. On March 9th, 1997. The intended target was Puffy. That was his name at the time. That's what we called him. We didn't call him Diddy. He wasn't Diddy yet. We called him Puff Daddy. Puff Daddy was in the front. He said this info been out. Well, it's been confirmed. He said Pac was a great person. He was very outspoken, but he made sure the right words came out. He shot 2 off-duty police officers in Atlanta. He seen them abusing a black man, a black motorist, I believe. Tupac was with the shits. We gotta stop downplaying that. I interviewed Haitian Jack. I spent time around him. He never said that Pac wasn't a real nigga. He never said nothing like that. He said what he did wasn't real nigga shit. That was him, I guess, separating himself from him during the course of that case. Subscribe to the channel, hit the bell so you get the notifications. Mutulu Shakur was a detox doctor who used acupuncture to heal heroin addicts. This is Tupac's heritage. They didn't want him using acupuncture, so they shut down his facilities. Them niggas start taking money after that. He said Tyson warned Pac, Big warned Pac. Pac was a Gemini, his mind never sleep. Big Gene Deal, shout out to Gene Deal. People gotta put some respect on Gene's name. After Gene's first, I don't know, 6 months on his channel or whatever, doing what he do, I thought that, he was on some bullshit, but he was actually, I guess, because he continued to make videos about this shit. I guess he was stressing or trying to rid himself of, I don't know, this information. Because, again, now that they saying Amir Muhammad did this, Gene Deal confronted him face to face. Gene Deal was about to go through the roof. I'm looking forward to Gene's live. Gene, I don't know if he on yet, but when Gene Deal go live today, the whole world should be tuning in. We gotta play this back, pimp. Word. I guess the thing with Poochie was a spin move. Poochie was implicated, I believe, after he was dead already. I guess the Poochie thing was a spin move. It's hereditary, man. It gotta run in your family, for real. Do you think Puffy really had a $1 million bounty on Tupac? Absolutely not. That's laughable. Laughable. You can charge a dead guy with murder? Of course not. Somebody just hit me with the link. Shout out to Ken Intelligent, one of my moderators out there in Chicago. I appreciate you. Glaze is clowning. He needs to stop, man. Peace to Glaze, man. I still got that ghetto Quran shit and it's still around. And congratulations to Devin Haney. Y'all share this live. I appreciate it. Like this video. It's almost 500 people in here. They would pin it on the dead man. So that's why I guess Poochie was pinned on Poochie because he was dead. He said, I'm taking a high road. David Kenner is dead, I believe. He said, you can charge a dead man all you want. He won't do a day for it. Lakers in 5. That's what they said Glaze did. Put bodies on the dead. Tankhead is locked up. I didn't get off into that whole Tankhead thing. I know his story just from, watching some of those videos and shit. I feel sorry for him if he's locked up. And especially if he got a hammer case. I feel terrible about that. Because he's been locked up, I believe, most of his life. Like, that's just terrible, man. I hate to see niggas in the spin cycle, man. Sit your ass down. Sit your motherfucking ass down, Tank. God damn. Shout out to the Lakers, man. I don't even want to speak on that no more until the series is over. Make sure y'all follow me on IG, Gully TV World. Follow me on Twitter, Gully TV 1. And make sure you fucking with my .coms, TheRealDribble.com and Gully TV the magazine. Fuck with all of them platforms. Gully TV the magazine. Don't sleep on that. Type it in and go over there and feast your eyes on that. Rudy, what's up, man? Rudy, what happened to the Rudy Local Chronicles IG page? What happened to the you should have seen me yesterday, Rudy. I posted some wild pictures yesterday. Shout out to Rudy Low. Shout out to the Low Lives and everybody that be rocking them horses and shit. Word. You see, they shut me down. Yep, did me too. Did me too. That's a shame. So where you at? Where you at now? Follow me. I'm Gully TV World and shit. Do you think Suge will ever see the light of day as a free man with all this shit that's being said about him? I don't see no parole. I don't see no parole board sending him home. Even if he do all this tick that he's doing, I don't see no parole board sending him home. Considering the shit that people saying about him, you better hope he don't get no new motherfucking murder case. They did the same thing to Rudy Lowe Chronicles that they did to me. That's a damn shame. Reggie Wright been lying about this. Reggie Wright was the police, right? Correct me if I'm wrong. Reggie Wright was the police, right? He was the police, right? So how the fuck can you trust the police to hang around niggas? How can you trust the police? You can't believe nothing this motherfucker say. He said him and his pops. Them niggas is the fucking police. If y'all think them niggas ain't straddling the line, first off, if you ended up a police officer, that means you didn't get in no trouble growing up. That means you had probably like a clean record growing up. You and your father was the police. So you come from the police, you come from the fucking police tree. It's going to be very hard for Reggie Wright to assemble with the rest of us and be regular. Because he got fucking police shit in him. His daddy's the fucking police. He ended up growing up to be the police too. So he grew up wanting to be the fucking police. That means he grew up believing in it's cool to tell on people, inform on people and all of that shit. He's grown up believing in all of this shit, believing in the system, pledging allegiance to the flag, all of that shit. He with all of that shit. And he come around and start hanging around. That makes him a dangerous motherfucker, number one. That makes him super fucking dangerous, number one. That makes his ass fucking dangerous, and he definitely can't be fucking trusted. He said Reggie Wright grew up with Suge and a lot of them. I believe you. I just said it make his ass fucking dangerous. He was police and head of death row security. I'm pretty sure he participated in a bunch of stomp outs and shit like that, torturing niggas and shit. Reggie White was a part of that shit. If he rolled with them niggas, he was a police officer torturing motherfuckers and shit. My man said if I was a cop, I'd be dirty. I need me an envelope every week. He said he was bragging about kicking doors. My time is about up. I appreciate everybody for coming through. Y'all share this video. He said him was his father. Police. Exactly. Suge Knight, American Nightmare. I'm on it. I wonder is that on YouTube yet? Y'all think that's on YouTube yet? That'd be a great catch if that's on YouTube. Tell me that shit on YouTube. Suge Knight is about to be a trending topic. Amir Muhammad. Amir, you in the paper. Hey, Amir Muhammad. They long suspected you of killing Biggie Smalls, pimp. You in the New York Times again. And whatever document that was sealed, they didn't unseal this motherfucker. It's all out there. He said, envelope. If you're going to be police, you might as well extort motherfuckers. You ain't got to beat on nobody. You don't even have to do it. You got the badge. Most motherfuckers just going to run it. I just be pulling motherfuckers over for no reason at all. Just, man, keep your little drugs, man. Let me get that little end. I might take some jewelry and shit too. Yeah, y'all take them chains off. That's it. That's it. They be like, man, I hate when this motherfucker pull us over. said little C, little C's, little C's, little C's, little C's. Little C's is about to be trending again because Little C's was there. I believe Little C's might have seen Amir Muhammad, but Little C's, Little C's, Little C's. Sandy, I'm on it. He said Gene been cooking C's. I believe C's got cooked recently. I wanted to talk to C's before he got cooked. C's. C's is a black man. He deserves respect. Absolute respect and reverence. He's a black man. He's a black God. Shit. Little C said he seen the shooter a little bit. OGBB. I don't know, man. Anyway, subscribe to the channel. I appreciate y'all for coming. He said he let Alvin. I have to say it. I can't fucking hold this shit anymore. I can't. Little C's is a black man, right? Just like us. Mama and daddy black, just like us. Little C's was assaulted, robbed, allegedly, beaten, made a viral DVD Pume video. Nothing's faster than a Pume on Jesus sandals. On top of being called a snitch for probably over a decade for the Little Kim thing. Be a man, my nigga. That's just shit. Goddamn. But anyway, subscribe to the channel, man. That just took all my fucking energy out of me and shit. Fucking with that, for real. Subscribe to the channel. Hit the bell so you get the notifications. I appreciate everybody for coming through. Follow me on IG at Gully TV World. This Biggie thing about to get real intense. There's a lot of information that's been public now. Look around YouTube. Y'all about to see. I'm up out of here, though. Peace.